Hi, it's Salidra. We ended last week with speaking about thoughts and how they so deeply influence who we are, how we feel, the way we act, the way we perceive life. And I have this beautiful card from a friend of mine. Yeah, little Buddha in here. Buddha. Buddha. Oh, I love Buddha. It says, with our thoughts, we make the world. With our thoughts, we make the world. That's so true. So I thought I would talk a little bit about meditation. I'm not a meditation teacher, but I have taught meditation. And I said, I think in the first vlog, that without meditation, I really don't know, and I hate to think about what my life would be like. It has really been my key to inner peace and to happiness, to joy. I'm deeply, deeply grateful for my meditation practice. So it all begins with the breath. So even in this moment as you are observing this video, just notice yourself taking a breath. Notice the sensation of air as it passes your nostrils, and the rising and the falling of your chest and your belly. And as you do this, begin to notice sensation within the body. Just noticing. Just feeling the breath moving in and out, giving and receiving. The circle of life. And you may notice thoughts. Oh, I've got to go do this, or whatever, in mind. A million thoughts, a million flavors. And bring your awareness to the part of you that noticed the thought. The observing ego. And this observing ego can notice the thinking mind. Like being at one of those old-fashioned drive-in movies. I remember those. And imagine the thoughts just going on that screen, just floating by. And when the thought comes, we leave the moment, the present moment, and we go away. And there was a teacher, I don't know who it was, and I love this metaphor, that when we are in a state of stillness, it is like being in the meadow, beautiful meadow, Rumi's meadow, the place that you meet beyond right and wrong. So you're in this beautiful meadow and feeling your breath and the sky and the expansiveness, and deeply in presence. And then a thought goes by, like imagine if there were a street down below the meadow and this little red pickup truck all of a sudden goes by. You run down the mountain or down the hillside as fast as you can. You grab onto the bumper of that little red truck and you follow it down the road. Oh my gosh, you follow it, and you're gone, and you're crazy, and you feel bouncy, and you're not where? You're just following this thought, and then all of a sudden you realize what has just happened and you let go. And you come back up to the meadow, back to the breath. And that's an exaggeration, but it's sort of like that, isn't it? And it's like that experience of being in meditation, and for me, a thought that often arises is something like, oh, I've got to get up and do something on my to-do list. And I noticed that thought. And instead of reacting to the thought, you relate to the thought. Thought, thinking, impatience, kind of naming whatever the thought is, and just come back to the breath. Freedom and stillness. The meadow, over and over again, coming back to the meadow, coming back to the breath. So it is a process to be with that observing ego, noticing thought as it arises, to be more in that place than in the thoughts, in the rampage of thoughts. With time, as the mind quiets itself, the arising of thought becomes more evident. And just come back to the breath. And then when you want to think about something, you choose to think about something. And choose your thoughts. So that, as Buddha said, you get to create the world that we live in. So, many blessings. May your thoughts be gentle. May your mind be still.